Hi, everybody. Welcome to Environmental Science. My name is Laura Morgan, and you can call me Laura, and I will be your teacher this summer. If you found this video, that means you've already successfully logged in to our Canvas page, and you've found our course page on Canvas, which is great. I wanted to make this video to introduce myself and say hi, and also to show you some important things about our class Canvas page. So when you have logged on to Canvas and found our class page, it should look something like this when you open it. A little bit different than mine perhaps, but this is our homepage. On the homepage, I have some really important information. So please, before you do anything, read this homepage, this first letter here. The first number one, the first thing here is that this class is a short version of a semester-long class. That means we're not doing half the amount of material. We're doing the same amount of material as in a semester-long course, except we're doing it in half the amount of time. In a semester-long course, you would normally have 2 lecture periods a week and a lab and homework. Therefore, in this class, you're going to have up to 4 lectures a week, plus your lab, plus your homework, and plus some discussions to sort of fill in the area where we don't get to discuss as a class, we can discuss online. So if it sounds like a lot, it's because it is. You're most likely going to have to log on to Canvas 5 days a week. If you were taking this class like in-person summer school, you'd be at school 5 days a week. So since you are doing this online, you do have a bit more flexibility, but really not much. So please evaluate your schedule before you start this class and ask yourself, make sure you really have the time to dedicate to a summer school course. And if not, there are Environmental Science 10 classes that are going to be offered in the fall. Okay, so if that's good, then move on to number 2. This class is entirely online. So there are no synchronous meetings. You don't have a Zoom link you click at a certain time of day. You and you alone are responsible for completing each week's material on time. Our schedule is going to start each week on a Tuesday and end on a Monday. So your weekly due dates will go, so the material open on a Tuesday, and your first assignment that's due is an initial post in our discussion forum, which is due on Friday night. And then you have to follow up. You have to like comment on a post, a follow-up post due by Monday night. So by this Friday night initial discussion post, you're already going to have listened to the lectures and completed the homework. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday should be pretty busy days for you in this class. You have until Monday night to do your follow-up post, and your labs will also not be due until Monday nights either. And then a new week will open Tuesday. And that will be the routine every week. The due dates stay the same. So it should become a routine pretty quickly. All right, still rolling. Number 3, this is a big one. So I understand that technical difficulties sometimes happen in online classes, but technical difficulties don't excuse you from late assignments or excuse you from assignments. Just don't try to do an all online course if you don't have the capabilities, if you don't have a device that is going to be reliable or a connection that will be reliable. You have to have a computer to do this class. It's not a good idea to try to just do it on a phone. It won't work. You do also need a phone that can record audio and video. We will be recording, making some videos for our labs. But just if that makes you nervous right away, like let me calm you by saying that you don't ever actually have to be in a video like yourself. You'll be taking videos of other stuff. So you need a computer and you need a phone. And this part here that is in capitals and bold and underlined is something I have learned to really make bold, make known right in the very beginning of class is that to minimize technical difficulties that are minor, like some link isn't working, or like, I don't know, the browser is being weird, or like something's just kind of like weird. To minimize this minor stuff, you have to make sure that you can access the material before the day it's due. This doesn't mean that you have to do all of your assignments early in the week, but you have to know that you can do them when you need to get to them. What I mean by this is, if you have a lab due on a Monday night, and on Monday you try to go to our video website and it's not working, and you email me in a panic on a Monday afternoon that you can't do your lab, that doesn't work. Online classes don't work like that. It just is too chaotic, and it just is unfair, and it is it's just a mess if you don't know that you can access the material. So what I want you to do is just try the links to your homework. Try the open the documents for your assignments. Just see that they open. You can do them whenever you want before the due dates, as long as you know that they work. This also is helpful because if something isn't working, then you can let me know days before the due date, right? So then hopefully I can fix it for you. And then we don't have to have this right up against the deadline panic, sending emails back and forth, trying to figure this out last minute. Okay, so you've got to be a little bit ahead of the game to make an online class work smoothly. So just so you all know that you can't have sending me an email the day something is due saying that you can't access it won't get you extra time. You might just fail that assignment. So please make sure that you can access the material well before that due date. It's just a blanket rule I decided to make after getting an incredible amount of emails of right up against deadlines. Stressful. So this way, if there's a problem, I can fix it, or I can find you an alternative solution before the due date. Also, did you know that CR rents laptops? You can click here to find out if you would like to use a laptop, if you don't have one that you feel like is going to work. Okay, so those are the big major, the structure and the rules of online environmental science. If you're all good, you're good with this so far, you're like, okay, I think I'll stay. Then the next thing you should do is head over to the modules tab on the left-hand side of your Canvas page and start checking out the rest of the course material, including, by the time you see this video, your first week of assignments will be up, or at least there'll be something up. Each week, starting on Tuesday, a new module will open with material for the week. And then I'm going to put this video right here where it says number 5. Here's the video. So if you scroll back up, you should see on the left-hand side, you've got all these tabs. And modules is one that we are going to use a lot. You can also look at your assignments. You can look at discussions. You can look at your grades. I will use the Canvas gradebook, so you should always be able to see your scores for everything that I grade. And I try to grade everything within a week, so it's updated regularly. The people in the class probably don't need pages or files too much. This one's just kind of a lie. Your syllabus isn't here. This is a overview of your assignments in order, chronological order or something. You probably won't use it. Or outcomes. Rubrics, if we have assignments or tests where I want you to know exactly how you're going to be graded, there will always be a rubric so you know exactly what's being expected of you. And you can go back and check and make sure that you checked all the boxes, and we'll get good grades. We don't have quizzes, and but this is the most important one here, is modules. I'm not sure what all the rest of these are. So just know, so we're on our homepage here, your grade book is here, and modules is here. So let's click modules, and you'll see that we have all these different groups of assignments or modules. So you're going to start here. This video will be here. And then here is your actual syllabus. So if you click on syllabus, it shows you our course information, my contact information. So this is my email address, laura-morgan@redwoods.edu. You can also email me just by clicking the, oops, it's out of the field of view, but if you click on this inbox button, and don't judge me for having 106 unread emails. They're not ones from students. So don't, just ignore that. So you can email me directly through Canvas, or you can email me at this email address, and either way they go to the same place. So either through Canvas or to my direct inbox, doesn't matter to me. I don't have set office hours, but if you ever want to chat, if you want to hop on a Zoom call, or if you just need to send me an email, ask questions, please do. I've created this class and curated stuff for this class, and I want to be totally available to you as much as I can. I am on my phone and computer a lot, and I kind of miss teaching and troubleshooting individual problems in the classroom. So if you do have a question about something, feel free to ask. I can either explain it to you in a different way, or I can find one of the benefits of online school is I can curate stuff, and I can find videos that other people have made or explanations other people have given that might be superior to something that you're having a problem with. All right, so let's keep going with our syllabus. We've got the catalog description, so the description of the class from the catalog you've read, including some of the stuff that we're going to cover. We've got our course student learning outcomes, so things that you should be able to do after taking this class. There are no prerequisites for this class, but you will have to do some writing, so taking an English class might be a good idea if you struggle with reading or writing. We have information about accessibility, support for online learners, evaluation and grading policy. So pay attention to the deadlines in your Canvas calendar. No late work will be accepted. Oh, and there's an error in here. So we are going to do labs, discussions, and exams, but we're not doing an individual research project. That's one of the things that does get cut from the semester-long class. So I will update this. The grading scale is the same as many other classes I'm sure you've had, A to F scale. Our spring, oh, this is an error too, summer, summer 2021 dates. The classes begin, the dates are right, just the season there is wrong. The class begins June 1st, it ends July 22nd. We have a holiday July 5th, and that's pretty much all of the information for our admission and deadlines and enrollment policy. Please don't plagiarize. Academic dishonesty is really frustrating. So plagiarism is a form of cheating. If we go through all this work to deliver the material and try to teach in an authentic way, and then you turn around and copy and paste something and think it's like, sometimes maybe it works, but usually it doesn't. Usually you can tell when someone's writing in not their own words, or not in the words of an environmental science 10 student. If you sound, like you've been a professor on the subject for 30 years, it just kind of, it's hurtful. I want to read what you have to write. I want to read your thoughts. If you do choose to quote somebody or research stuff and pull citations, we're going to do a lot of that, but you just have to make sure that you include that citation, that you don't say that it's your research, right? Okay. I don't think I need to say anything else about that. We don't have too many problems with disruptive behavior. The only way you could potentially experience some disruptive behavior is in our discussion board, our discussion forums. So doing things like, not typing in all caps because it seems like you're screaming and nobody wants to be screamed at in an environmental science board. So just remembering your etiquette and that when you're typing, things don't always, sarcasm doesn't come through, jokes don't always come through. So just be polite. We have inclusive language. You can set your preferred name in Canvas. And here's some more information about Canvas if something is going wrong. And then a whole list of student support services. So we'll talk about some of these in lectures and in greater detail about the library and different academic support centers, but you should check this out, resources that are available to you. So that's the syllabus. There's a lot in there. The most important things are probably my contact information, and this evaluation and grading policy, which I need to fix. Okay, a couple more things. Back to our module. Here's the introduction to your instructor. So this is a little bit of information about me. I studied plants and molds for the most part. I really like teaching online. I think online learning is not a, I don't think anything gets taken away from the learning environment online. I think it's different, but if you think about some of how some of our best teachers over the years have been virtual teachers, like Carl Sagan and Bill Nye, those kinds of people. So you can read a little bit about me if you like. Here's some more information about Canvas. So what these different tabs mean. There's some videos if you would like learn more about Canvas. Our textbooks are all free and online. We are not going to do that much reading out of the textbooks. There'll be some. Mostly we'll be reading like articles and papers and stuff. But these are textbooks that I will reference so that if there's ever a subject that is confusing or you need more background information, or you just need more of, I can reference where you can read the chapters that correspond in these different textbooks. And I think that's just about it. Some more helpful student resources. So you can get Microsoft Office, and there are some, so like Khan Academy, like an online resource for science students, videos, like tutorials. And that is the Start Here module. Once you get through all of that stuff and you're like, okay, I'm ready to actually get started now, you can check out week 1. So all of this probably isn't published on your page yet. You can see these all mean that I haven't published this stuff yet because this is the first video I'm making for this semester. So I'm not quite ready to publish everything just yet, but you'll see that it has the week number and then the dates. So week 1 starts on June 1st and goes through June 7th. You look at those dates, that should be a Tuesday to a Monday. Every week you will have an overview that shows your weekly objectives. Sometimes there's a picture and a to-do list. So this is like a week one overview, just like a weekly what's up with your objectives and everything you have to do. So to-do list for week 1 is make sure that you've looked through the Start Here module for an introduction to me, the course, expectations, and other helpful stuff. This first week, you've got 4 lectures. So we're just hitting the ground running. But a lot of them are introductory stuff. So what in the world is environmental science even? Lecture 2 about scientific questions. Lecture 3 about environmental ethics. And lecture 4 about environmental justice and sustainability. You'll have some homework, and I'll try to hyperlink these when they're all ready so that you can click to the pages. You have to make your first post and your follow-up post and your first lab. So we're going to be using Flipgrid for our first lab, and I'll show you all about that here in a moment. So you can go forward and back. You can use these buttons to move through the module, or you can just go back to the module. So the next thing is lecture 1. And I have these in order that I think you should do them in. So I think you should listen to the lectures, do your homework, and then post in the discussion forum, and then do your lab. You can do it in whatever order you want that works for you with the due dates as they are, but that's what I would recommend. The lectures are just videos like this one. So let's jump down to week 1 required homework. And you'll see that you have a 7-minute video about CER framework, which we will be using in our discussions. And you have a reading assignment about ethics and global climate change. You have study questions down here, but check it out. These aren't required. You don't have to submit these in any form. These are just questions that should help guide you, and you can test yourself and be like, am I getting the material? Yes or no, if you can answer the questions. So it's a 7-minute video and a read about ethics and global climate change. And then you can either go back to the module or we can hit next. And you'll see we are now in our discussion forum. So our week 1 discussion forum is going to be about ethics. And you are going to be asked a question. You're going to answer this question using that CER framework that you learned about in your homework. There's an example, there's a due date. You have to post in the forum for it to open and unlock. So if you don't post your initial post, you can't read other people's stuff till you do. So your initial post is due Friday, June 4th. And then your follow-up post is due Monday, the 7th. And it's going to explain everything in here about what you need to do. And you should be able to see the rubric about how you'll be graded. So once you get through the lectures and the homework, jump in here, give your opinion, give your thoughts on the discussion. You'll have to follow up. And then you have a lab. Our first lab is called Your Outdoor Space, and it's on Flipgrid. If you haven't used Flipgrid before, that's okay. I'll show you how to do it. In an effort to get familiar with an environment, your first lab assignment is to do the following. Choose an environment. So some place that's safe, that you can get to, that's outside, that you want to learn about. So it could be a lot of different places. You'll follow these instructions to figure out what type of soil your outdoor space has. You'll use iNaturalist to find a few different organisms that are near or have been documented near your space. And then you'll make this video. So number 5 is record a video. You don't have to be in the video. You can just show us your environment. You can totally be in the video if you want. You'll answer these 5 questions in your video. So this is kind of our way of introducing ourselves as if we were in lab. Who are you? Why are you taking this class? Where's your environment? Why did you choose this place? Tell us about your soil. Tell us about some of the critters around. And what questions do you have about this environment? So I would encourage you to check out Flipgrid. Just make sure that you can find our class page on Flipgrid, and I can guide us there real quick too as well. So you're going to hit Flipgrid, and it's going to take you to this page, and you're going to, I think you guys joined with Microsoft. I had instructions in there. Yeah, log in with Microsoft and enter your CR email address. If you want to use another email address, you have to let me know so that I can add you, because it's not a public lab. If you need an access code, enter that. So when you get to Flipgrid, mine logs in a little bit different. So let me just log in real quick. Maybe. There we go. So you should just be able to see this one, the ENVSC-10, summer 2021. This is from a previous class. This is from last spring. So you'll click on our class. Expand this a little bit. Oh, put my video in here. I've been off screen. That's so nice. So here's our environmental science summer 2021 Flipgrid. And I have a few of our labs up here. You're probably only going to see one at a time, but you'll click on it and read through. So this is it's just like a quick overview of that page on Canvas about your lab. Read the complete lab assignment on Canvas and answer these questions. So you'll go down here and you'll hit record a response. You can either record a live video at your environment or wherever, or you can record your video beforehand and you can just upload a video. Your responses will show up down here, and your classmates will be able to see your responses, but nobody who's not in the class will be able to see it. And I think you can like each other's posts and stuff. So I'd encourage you to watch a couple of your classmates' posts just to see who's here. You're not required to do that or comment on them or anything, but it's kind of a nice thing to do. And then you're done with week 1. And I know that that's a lot. Not every week is this full, but this is what a full week looks like. And we're just starting off with it because you need to know that this is something that you can do. So let's go back to modules, and you'll see that that is all of week 1. The lectures, I hope they're not all that long. They're not as long as a 50-minute class usually. So, just put those headphones on, you go for a walk or go to the gym or I don't know, take some notes. However you want to get through the lectures. And homework, discussion board, lab, 16 weeks of environmental science in 8 weeks. But I know you can do it. All right, that's it for introduction, orientation, preview into what's coming. Send me any questions you have or thoughts. Feel free to reach out. I'll be checking my email every day until our class starts. And I'm so excited to do this with you. Thanks for signing up. And I hope you're ready to learn and maybe even decide that you want to study environmental science. All right, that's all. Bye.